All right, we're coming in fresh today with both of us. I have not read it, and I think you said you just pulled it up. So we're going to be learning together. Do you want to
I
read
have
for
to
us, Daniel?
acknowledge. I have to acknowledge before we get started, though. You're either in front of a tiki hut or you are sitting next to Sia, the singer, and that's her hair.
I wish.
If
She's
you
amazing.
can't see this, you guys, yeah, this
It's
is
one of
quite the.
those, it's like one of those, what do they call it? There's a name for
It's a
this kind of art,
tapestry,
a tapestry. Yeah.
a tapestry of sorts.
I am in
Hmm.
a cool hotel across from the Google offices in Chicago. It's called the Emily.
Oh,
It's
what a
beautiful.
flex!
I know.
We've talked about hotel lobbies being a great place, and so you're rocking a hotel lobby, and it just so happens to be in
Across from
the
in
vicinity of
Chicago.
Google
Yeah.
with tapestries.
With
All right, I'll
tapestries.
read it for us, and then
Okay.
we'll jump in here. Items in motion. A frog has no trouble grabbing a fast-moving fly in midair, but the same fly sitting on a leaf is safe, essentially invisible to the frog. We're a lot like frogs sometimes. We choose to pay attention to things when they're changing, not when they feel normal. If you want something to get noticed, move it. And if you want to improve your situation, try looking for things that aren't moving, but could be improved. Basically, a golden cookie, short and sweet. But yeah, it's almost like. So, also, first of all, I have to acknowledge, I don't know about anyone else in their. Let's see, how do I want to swing this? Other millennials, elder millennials that think about Jurassic Park. Anytime I think about this, it's like, don't move, they can't see you. It's like, that's the T Rex, right? From Jurassic Park. Anyway, frogs
Love
and frogs,
Jurassic Park.
frogs and Tyrannosaurus Rex. No, but I think about initially, I'm like, okay, is it talking about complacency? So when we things feel normal, we get comfortable, we get complacent, um, and then an opportunity. I almost feel like there's two things. Maybe there's the one, which is we're a lot like frogs. We only pay attention to things that change, and then I don't know. I lost my thought. But the other one being the opportunity is to look at complacency, both in the org that you're in, and honestly, I'm so into. I love thinking about category design so much. Like the again, I've said it a lot lately, but the different is better than better. It's like, how do you find the thing that's good but could be better, and then offer not only better but different, and invite people into that. That's what the second half reminds me of, like the opportunity to improve your situation, to take a hold of a something that needs to be improved. The first part I kind of lost the script. So anyway, what where did your mind take you with the frog analogy? Items in
Yeah.
motion.
I'm kind of going more towards the like organizational change, and I have
Yeah.
not read this book, but it reminds me of the book Who Moved My Cheese, which is like a leadership book that reminds us that, we kind of what Seth is saying, like once I don't notice my cheese when it's right in front of me, but once it's moved, I'm like, who moved that? And so when we're leading others, the disruption that that can cause, which is a good thing, but it also means we've got to lead people well through it, because I think that's when a lot of leaders want to like roll, throw up their hands and be like, oh, never mind, we'll reverse it. Or we're conflict avoidant. And so we skip over it. But to really move organizations and systems along, I think we have to acknowledge that we are like frogs, I guess, to use Seth's
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
We do pay attention to things when they're changing because, and this is like where, for me, I always go back to this. I learned this in college. The same part of our brain that processes pain, like physical pain, is the same, it overlaps with the part of our brain that processes change. So change is literally painful, it's uncomfortable. And that's why we resist it and why we are often like frogs.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my friend Matt Gorman responded to a podcast we had a few weeks ago. We were talking about the fear of change, and he just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, it's actually pain. It's the fear of pain." So
Mm-hmm.
shout out Matt. I see. I see. Here we go. We corrected ourselves. Holly corrected my past. Yeah, and I think about disruption too, and like I I would imagine there are probably a few organizations and companies that have built this into their culture, into like a line item in a budget somewhere. But to be looking at what's not been turned over, looked at, kicked around, um, that is an opportunity for growth, for innovation, just to build in disruption. I think it's so important. And I think some people want to say, yeah, we have like a an R&D department or like a labs where we are intentionally innovating or being just. It's like, yeah, but how often does that overlap with your current processes to see what the opportunity is? Like, make something move even just a little bit and see if there's opportunity there.
Yeah, so good. Even ourselves, I've been thinking a lot about making ourselves move, like just going for a walk, or because I'm in a season where working out is not something I want to do physically. Like mentally, I want to do it because I want to see the results, but physically, I'm resisting it because my body doesn't feel like it. And so I think even for like, yeah, just movement in the right direction, progress over perfection.
Hmm.
Kind of feel like I'm rapping. Movement in the right direction, progress over perfection.
I don't know that our slight delay will allow us for me to beatbox and you rap over it, but we'll work on that for our Seth Said What Nation.
That's awesome. And also Meredith, who we mentioned yesterday, commented. She said, "Oh, hi, I'm really enjoying this." So that was great. We love it.
Yeah. That's
Well, let us know
fantastic.
what you think about this whole. Do you feel like do you agree with Seth that we're more like frogs, or maybe there's a thing in your life where you're like the frog and just kind of waiting for the fly to come by? And what do you need to do to make movement in your life? Let us know at sethsaidwhat.com.
Yeah. And I would add to that question. I encourage some friends who I was talking through work and about like, hey, keep pushing. Don't stop pushing. You guys, you have to push. And I said, you know, often a push isn't loving. Sometimes it looks like a shove. And so like, I
Ooh,
don't know, trying to be a little rock and roll in some places and just say like, what if the movement is a shove and not just like a slight push? So I think there's both. Look for the opportunities to just disturb something enough or disrupt something just enough to see if there's opportunity. But what things just need to be like just straight up shoved. And I'd love to hear stories. Like I'm really inspired by stories of these kinds of things. So if someone has a story out there, I know we have a new subscriber, an old friend in marketing, Lynn Moyer, down at Illuminate Marketing in Atlanta. She's now part of Seth Said What Nation. So welcome aboard, and yeah, let us know what you guys think.
it's awesome. All right. Well, have a good day over there, Daniel. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, Holly.
Bye.